Good afternoon, everybody. This is Aaron, the carnivore guy, coming to you. So, I had some bad news last night. Our cat of 18 years, Gizmo, passed away. He was 18 years old. He lived a great life. He's been all around with us, and we love that guy. My best friend for a long time. He was around longer than my kids were around. It was a very hard day. I was working from home actually, and I heard him kind of make a weird noise, like a weird, not like a whiny cry voice. And I found him in a laundry basket. He was just laying there, and just kind of a little whiny. So I picked him up and was just holding him. He was purring in my arms, and he just wouldn't. He didn't try to get down or anything. And I just put him on my lap while I was working, and he wasn't moving at all. He was moving his head here and there a little bit. And I went and I put him down in the chair next to me. I went, got some food, see if he would eat it. He sniffed it a little bit and didn't want to. He didn't go for it. It was his favorite stuff too. So I knew something wasn't right. So I didn't know what to do yet. So I called the vet, and I messaged my wife and said, it's time. He's unfortunately, he's not doing anything. So it was a little bit later in the afternoon when I got a hold of the vet, and they said, well, you can bring him in tomorrow at 9, and we can do it. I was in tears on the phone with them, and they know. I can say nothing but positive things about our veterinarian where we go. Nothing but positive things. And she's just, before we got off the phone, she's just like, well, make sure you give him a lot of love and cuddles tonight. I'm like, that's not going to be an issue. And so basically, we were prepared to put him down this morning, and I finished work, and I just held him. My daughter held him for a little while, and we just kept holding him. Tried with some tuna fish, see if we could get him to take a lick. Didn't want anything to do with it. Got really sad. While he was on my lap, he was trying to get up and move a little bit, and his back legs, he just couldn't. And I started thinking, well, if I can see if he's starting to suffer, I don't want to have to do it, but I'll take him to the emergency vet if we have to, take care of him. But after a little while, he just kind of, he did look like he was in a little bit discomfort, but then he took his last breaths while I was holding him. My wife and kids were there. We were all with him. At the end, we were all with him. Yeah, I was never going to leave him alone. That much I can say. Even if we had to go to the vet today and put him down, I would have stayed with him the whole time. He was never going to be alone. But 18 years is a long time, and I'm happy he died at home with us, holding him, just knowing he was loved. And I'm not making this video for that purpose, to talk about my cat. Even though I love my cat, I'll talk about him all day long. He's a good little guy, a little whiny with pain in the butt every once in a while. But hey, so are all of our animals. I started the sardine challenge yesterday, and I could have easily used this as an excuse to get off my challenge and cheat. Eat something, feel bad. Obviously, emotion is a lot of the reason why people have bad choices of diet. And, I could have easily used this as an excuse to just give in, cheat, and then not even think twice of it. Ate whatever I wanted, ice cream, cookies, chips. But I didn't. I stayed focused, and I had some, I had some my coffee, and I had some sardines. And it wasn't easy, but I was able to do it, and I did not let emotion, overcome my emotions and give in. And it was a struggle, and I was able to do it. And the only thing on the sardine challenge that I've had so far that isn't part of the sardine challenge, I've had some heavy cream in my coffee. Yeah, I went on a sardine challenge Facebook group and said, hey, is it allowed? And you know what happens when you go and ask a group on Facebook, is something allowed? Well, in this case, the sardine police were all over on top of me for that. No. I even had one person said, what kind of man are you? Can't have your coffee black. Well, I'm the kind of man that likes coffee with just a little bit of cream in there. I don't like it necessarily bitter. So, yeah. So I got some interesting reaction on that. But something I gotta say, and I can't stress this enough, especially with anyone who is trying to do a lifestyle change, whether it's keto, carnivore, paleo, sardine challenge. There's no police out there. No one's coming to arrest you because you had some extra seasoning while you had carnivore, or you make a steak and you like a little bit of mushroom or pepper on it, so you're 99.9% carnivore, but you had some peppers and onions with your steak. You're not going to jail. No. It's perfectly fine, and you can still call yourself a carnivore. Absolutely. Keto. There's no keto police. There's some people that say 50 grams of carb, 20 grams of carb, very low carb. You have to do what's sustainable for you. You have to. Whether it's keto, carnivore. Carnivore is an easy example. Like, if I was told I could only have meat with salt and water and cheese and my heavy whipping cream, which none of that's all completely carnivore anyhow. There's carbs in it. But if someone told me that's all I could do, then no, I'm not carnivore. I'm never going to be carnivore because I like a little variety. And honestly, if that little variety, if that little cream in your coffee helps you extend a fast, just a plain fast, another day, adding 2 tablespoons of cream in your coffee isn't going to have the negative impact when you look at the overall long-term run. And that's the same way I look at keto, carnivore, all of that. Especially for new people, block all that garbage out. On those Facebook groups, block all that garbage out, because you're going to have, even on, Dr. Barry's sites and stuff like that, you're going to have the people that are, if you're not doing it 100%, you're not doing it all. No, that's why I love Larry and Cassie's group. That's why I love Cooking Chris Nashville, Two Crazy Ketos. That's why I love those groups like that. Jenny Middich. You don't have to be perfect to succeed, and you don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to feel bad for making it work for you. Never feel bad for it. If if someone asks me, hey, I'm having all this heavy cream, or I'm having all this coffee creamer that's full of sugar, okay, then that's not really keto or carnivore. Yes, that's true. But if the worst thing you're doing is putting a little splash of that into your 99% diet, are you getting all the benefits of being carnivore or keto? No, of course not. But is it better than what the alternative could be? 100%. So, take it from someone who's yo-yoed on these lifestyles. I've tried to go strict carnivore. I've tried it. And could I do it? Yes, I can do it. But I'm not comfortable with it. It's not sustainable for me. I need to have some cheese. Well, and again, cheese is carnivore, but I need to have stuff that's going to make it last for me. Sorry about the rant. So yeah, today is my second day. Honestly, with everything going on yesterday, I only had 2 cans of sardines. I had a water can, and a can of extra virgin olive oil. They were the wild Planet sardines, so the bigger whole sardines. I didn't add any hot sauce or mustard yesterday. And I had a can, I finally had a first can today, and it was, it wasn't wild, it was a Trader Joe brand, smoked with olive oil, and that was actually pretty good. So, honestly, I think I like the cheaper versions, of the bumblebees and stuff that are in water or follow olive oil, because I like them smaller. I don't like seeing that big piece. It's a mental thing. But yeah, I'm still planning on doing this for the 5 days. You know, if I can get rid of the cream, that'll be great. If I don't, so be it. But I'm just, you know, I'm going to be 2 days in. I'll probably have another couple cans. I do find when I do the sardine challenges, I'm not as hungry. I think it's also because I'm having the cream in my coffee, maybe. So I think tomorrow I'm going to try maybe not put cream in my coffee. You know, and in theory, as a sardine fast, you can't have cream, they say, but you can have coffee, which has probably more carbs than the cream. Interesting. But maybe tomorrow I'll try going without cream in the coffee, see how I do. We'll try it out. You know, I haven't drank as much water today. When I'm at work, it's a lot easier. But anyhow, that's a little update on what's going on with me this week. I had a few cans yesterday. We'll see how the cans go today. I've been taking a little video that I'll put together a video later of the challenge and what's just, you know, everything with regards to it. I'll show you my ending weight. I'm getting some blood work done at the end of the week, so that'll be interesting to see. But anyhow, thank you. I felt, you know, I just needed to make this video. You know, it was just very emotional and, you know, it was stressful, and it can lead to stress eating. And, you know, thankfully I was able to get through it. Love Gizmo. Love you, buddy. And everyone have a great day. If you have any cats, dogs, guinea pigs, ferrets, whatever, give them animals a little bit extra love tonight for me. Have a great day.